Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking and it means a lot to you guys. Keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And today, what I really want to do is, as this Survivor 43 preseason kind of ramps up in excitement, I want to look at in this video the stakes for this season, because the past two seasons' ratings have been absolutely abysmal, and the show is really on its last leg. CBS may not say that out loud because they don't want to scare fans, but the show is about to go down if something doesn't change. And I'm going to give you my opinion as to why this is happening. I'm going to show you guys the ratings for each and every episode for both of these new era seasons, and overall tell you what I think the show has to do to get back on track. If you're new here, make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff because it's free, it's easy, and it really helps the channel out. So in order to look at why 43 is such a make or break season, and really 43 and 44 combined are such make and break seasons, we have to look at why these past two seasons have failed ratings wise. And I'm going to go back to the numbers according to tvseriesfinale.com. Now, these numbers are objective. Obviously, they come from CBS directly, and they really do tell a story of when the show dips is when the woke stuff comes in. It's very, very obvious. Okay, so looking at Survivor 41's ratings, we see the excitement that's built up for this season. That's the first one back from the pandemic. Everyone's super excited, and it results in a really good turnout, right? Because the past season was Winners at War. Obviously, from Winners at War to the next newbie season, you're going to see a drop off, but it's only 15%, meaning out of all the old school people who came back to watch 40 and then left after this, 15% of them left. The other 85% of people who watched Winners at War tuned in to this Survivor 41 premiere. So I think that's a really good start for the season. Let's just be clear that it does not go any higher than this premiere. The entire season just goes downhill, one episode after another. It's very, very disappointing. So we see that in the pre-merge, which I think in this season is episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We see that for the most part, viewers are going down every single episode. It's not by much, because this pre-merge wasn't terrible, but the demo change is a lot worse, right? It's going down every episode significantly. The only episode where the demo change goes up is in episode 5, where I believe that's when all the idols are unlocked. And that's a pretty fun episode where they fail to throw the challenge. I think it's very interesting. It's a very good episode, so I can see why it jumped up there. But every other episode goes down in viewers and down in demo change. Then the infamous Hourglass episode comes, and we get an absolutely horrible turnout of minus 16% for the demo change and minus 5% for the viewers, which is the worst since the premiere. And really it shows, like, since the premiere, they've been losing hundreds of thousands of people every single episode. From the premiere to the second episode, they lost 350,000 people, mostly probably because of the little guys incident in the premiere of this season. Going back to episode 6, we do see a viewership drop, mainly because probably at the start of the episode, they literally tell you no one is going home in this episode, which is a flashing light saying that this is not worth watching. This TV is not worth watching. Then the episode after, which I think is one of the best episodes of Survivor that I've ever seen. It's like very like alone in the season because the rest of the episodes are pretty bad. But episode 7 is a very, very good episode, and therefore it does do very good. It's the highest raise in demo change in the entire season, rightfully so. You know, it's a fantastic episode. It's one of, if not the best tribals that I've ever seen in my entire life. Maybe just second to Daniel's tribal, where he messes up and blunders and gets Jenny sent home in the following season. And then the post-merge to me is just kind of constant. It does go up a bit, but that's because, I mean, you can't go anywhere else except from, you know, literally the bottom of the gutter at 5.3 million viewers. There was an episode that had 5.3 million viewers after the season started out with 6.2. So it only took 5 episodes to lose 1 million people. That's a lot of, it's 1 million people. That's a lot of people. So I feel like, to me, they came in with the benefit of Winners at War being a great season, maybe capturing some old school fans again, and they just lost it immediately with the guys thing, with the Camp Out Alliance, with everything. And then at the end, you can see this drop from 13 to 14 is gigantic. Now, hold on, before you freak out, it is the finale to the after party, I guess I'll call it, which I guess does give it an excuse because the reunion always sees a drop in viewership. But a 30% drop, 30% of people were like, screw this after party, I'm not watching it. Usually it's more like a 20% drop or a 15% drop, which shows that this after party announce the winner live format does not work and that they should do something else. Moving on to Survivor 42. Okay, so for 42, it's kind of a different story, right? Because with the previous season, it was all downhill. 42 does kind of rebound, but it does show the danger of the wokeness and what happens when you incorporate it into the show. So opening up with this season, and really this is the craziest thing, you lose a fourth of your viewers from 41, which is already low. I mean, 41 dropped significantly throughout the season and it already lost 1 million viewers in 41. But then from there, after losing 1 million, you lose a fourth of your viewership. So basically a whole another million. It doesn't even hit 5 million viewers for the first episode, which is absolutely disgraceful. It should never be that low. But throughout the season, as the word spreads that this season is not as woke and it's also like better with the cast, the viewership starts to rise episode by episode, and it gets all the way up to 5.6. Then we do see a bit of a drop as episode 5 is kind of boring, and then the merge hits, and we do see the hourglass twist, which people just don't like. And even though that they put it all in one episode, it is still the first half of the episode, meaning episode 6 is still a bad episode because there's no vote out in that episode. But because they did a double episode, obviously the second half of that 2-hour episode has better ratings. Now, the biggest thing for me is this post-merge, right? It's a great post-merge. It has plenty of blind sides. The first 2 episodes are actually pretty boring, so I'm surprised that episodes 7 and 8 have good ratings. You know, the ratings go up in both of those episodes. Then in episode 9, the viewership goes up because that's like really like a good blindside coming in, and the whole episode as a whole isn't that bad. But the last part of that episode is horrible because it's the time when Drea and Marianne say that they're being picked off systematically because of their race. People hate that, and it's very evident because the following episode is the only episode so far in that merge where they lose viewership. Then the episode after that they lose even more viewership after that, and I think it's all because of that Drea and Marianne tribal. And it just show like you can be on a hot streak, have great ratings, and all of a sudden, even when the show itself and the strategy is very good, if you have one of those moments, your viewership can drop in a very dramatic way. So I think overall the takeaway is with 43, they need to stay away from the woke stuff. If you have to show something, try and put it in one episode like they did for 42, and it was much better. Obviously, the casting and the show being good is always going to be something that you have to do. But I think overall, it's really staying away from the woke stuff. That is the best chance for 43 to be a good season. If the cast is good and the gameplay is good, then just keep the politics out of it. But what do you think? Can the show rebound, or is this it for Survivor? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, none of this happens without you guys. Without you guys, I'm just a weird guy spinning a weird microphone. And if that's what, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.